It's about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tiffany Morgan.
Rowing away. It's Troy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause.
Hello and welcome to
What's the Maple Tea?
With your host, Rowing Away.
And Tiffany Morgan.
And today we are sitting with an extra special guest who is struggling to keep her mouth quiet during this introduction. It is Bombae.
Hi! I did not know the name of this podcast until 5 seconds ago.
Clearly,
I'm Bombae from TV.
Clearly
now
we're
available
famous.
on What's the Maple Tea?
Yes, now available on What's the Maple Tea. Do you like our name?
It is a name. Yeah,
It's a choice.
I've never had maple tea before.
I don't
didn't
think
know-
maple tea exists.
Yeah, I was
Does
like,
it exist?
is this like a Canadian thing? Because I was like, maybe not.
We were like, what's the tea? And then we're like, Canadian, though.
Right.
Yeah, our original logo was essentially just a maple leaf and a picture of tea.
Ah.
It was like Canva Photoshop.
So
you
is
know?
the tea sweet on this podcast?
The tea is very sweet, sometimes sour, sometimes controversial.
Oh.
Controversial.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
every
We
time
do
that you say things.
I was like, what is the conspiracy? Like, why did they leave early? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always an ad hoc conspiracy, though.
It comes up about 5 seconds into the podcast,
Right.
usually, when she is just trying to come up for a reason why something that she didn't like
Happened.
happened on the show. Usually it's someone getting sent
like
home.
Halal Bay leaving so early. Yeah.
Despite
Oh.
having
Conspiracy.
a not the worst
What is your
outfit on the
conspiracy
runway.
theory?
I don't remember. Oh, damn it.
Do you
What
have
was it? What was it?
Do you have
What
a
was it?
Patreon exclusive where you don't censor stuff? 'Cause I'll
We
tell
don't
you
censor
things.
ever.
Ooh.
I think the only editing on this podcast is, oh yeah, this is good information for you. The only editing on this
FYI.
podcast is generally adding the header and the trailer to
okay,
the
cool.
podcast.
Oh my god. Okay,
Because,
so-
well,
opening and
because we
closing.
generally record this podcast live.
Right.
So we air it live every week on Tuesdays, and we are actually on video during the recording. So everything that we say
goes.
ends up on
so no
Facebook
bleep words,
immediately.
nothing. Great, good to know.
Oh, you can say whatever
We're
you
an,
want.
we're an explicit podcast.
Yeah,
So
wow.
say all the shit you want to do.
Yes. Is shit a bad word?
No.
I think I've grown
I
out
think,
of
I think it is in
swear words.
Florida. I think it is in Florida.
Depends on intent. Like, this is the shit. Good shit.
It's good shit.
then-
It's the good shit. I mean, gay is a bad word in Florida.
I hope so. Gays are slower when I use it.
Oh, is it? Okay. Good to know. Call me gay. I love being slurred at. I love being slurred at. So, Bombae, you are fresh off of season 3 of Canada's Drag Race.
I know, and they're already casting season 4. Fuck those hoes. We don't need any more. We were told we were the last season.
Were you actually?
Yeah.
It just did so well. Everyone loved you so much. I know. Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, when I applied, they were like, the producers were like, this might be the last season, so you should apply. And I'm like, I don't even have permanent residency. And I'm like, oh, we figured it out. I'm like, cool. And then we applied. And now, then season 4 was announced. I'm like, fuck, you lied to me. I could have waited for a whole last year.
I could have gotten better drag. I could
Yeah.
have gotten better personality. It would have been
Nah.
great.
Personality? What are you talking
Same
about?
old.
This is like full on. This is
Yeah.
amazing personality.
You can't see it, but I'm in drag right now. The listeners, I'm in full drag, dark heels, hair.
Yeah, she said that she
lashes.
could not be on a podcast as Bombae if she was not in full drag.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm even wearing my heated jacket.
Is that why that? I was questioning that earlier.
It heats up on the inside, but you have to charge it for a while. And I hope one day it catches fire while I'm wearing it.
On stage.
On stage.
Please wear it on stage and
Yeah.
let it catch fire.
Yeah.
Watch, knowing you, it will catch fire at exactly 11:11.
Boom. 11/11.
My goodness. So what has life been like for you since coming off the show? Is everything different? Do you feel like a celebrity?
I always was a celebrity. I think people just didn't know me yet, and that's on them.
That is
Not
on
me.
them.
It's definitely been like fun. Like you ride the wave, you ride the drag race wave where people are like, "Oh my god, this is this," and "I love you," and I'm like, "Good, you have taste." And like some opportunities come your way, and you're like, "I can't believe this is happening to me." So we're still in that phase right now. Everyone says that after a year you kind of crash.
Well,
we'll
you
see when
just
that
have to, you gotta hustle to make yourself not crash, right?
Yeah, you keep yourself busy, you do projects you want to do, because suddenly you're not like, you don't have to do these, like, you don't have to hustle at bars every week. You know, it's a different kind of hustle. So you can pick your hustle now, and you can do like really fun projects. So that's what the best part is.
So what projects do you have on the go right now?
Ooh.
What can you tell us about?
Full
What can you tell us
disclosure.
about?
There's some really fun, like, I'm touring the States.
So if we have any American listeners, I
Yes.
doubt we do, but if we have any American listeners, Bombay is coming to you.
Yeah, we're doing New York, Chicago, LA, and maybe Idaho.
Why? I don't know why Idaho.
Listen, if there's a check, I'm there. We'll see. And I'm doing a fun. I was talking to you about this morning. Maybe a car brand deal where they record me trying to learn how to drive a car in the city of Toronto.
Which, as we discussed earlier, you don't know how to
I
do.
don't know how to drive a car. I
Yeah.
failed my G1 twice last week.
Oh.
And we get the series is going to be called Shut Up and Drive, where I'm just driving in drag around the city of Toronto, trying not to die.
And which is, so you're the one who has to shut up because you
Yes.
tried not to die.
Yes.
Yes. So is there someone in this car with you, or is
We'll
it?
see. We don't know how we want to, like, if I want to like pick people up,
Mm-hmm.
like, and you know,
Because I feel like that might be an insurance risk if you don't know how to drive.
I'm not yet, but we'll get there. That's something fun. And then I'm also doing a makeup series inspired by the tarot, the major arcana.
Oh,
major
yes,
arcana.
tarot cards.
Yeah, if you're a
The
mystic.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had my tarot read once, and it told me that I was going to die.
What
and
card did
so-
you get?
Oh goodness, no! My future was like the death card.
Oh, well, everyone's going to die.
Yeah, but it was like, you're gonna die soon. I think the person hated me. I think they were just
Oh,
like,
did they stack the
Was
cards?
this a gay person you had hooked up
it
with?
was my partner.
Okay, well.
And they
Boom.
hated me at the time. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Still do. Yeah.
Are you a tarot person? I'm not a tarot person.
Well, I have a tarot deck, yeah. So I know the major arcana. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I probably forgot some of it, but there's what is it? 24 cards.
22.
22 in the major arcana. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to have someone on your other podcast, like
You have
once a
another
week?
podcast?
Not anymore.
No, it was on CFRC, the radio station. Yeah, we used to have another drag queen, who's now moved off to Montreal. But she would do some like oracle readings and cards and stuff like that. So for like a 5-minute segment, and I was like, that's great, because I can't fill this entire
Slot.
Oh yes, you can. I know you can. You
You
can talk
don't
for
like the
30
sound of your
minutes.
voice?
Well, I do love the sound of my voice. What are you talking about? What's going on? I feel attacked right now.
The conspiracy is against you as a drag queen. That's the conspiracy today.
Well, we can question whether or not I'm an actual drag queen or not, because, I don't wear nails.
Listen, I get that. I hate nails. Candace, love you, but I just hate nails.
How do you wipe your ass? That's my big
You
thing.
get someone to do it for you because you're on TV.
Yes, yes. You just bend over and say, please.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
someone. Yeah.
Now that segue from wiping my ass, in my latex look on the show, the balloon look, there was someone dedicated to ask me if I needed to take a shit on Queen Care, and we had like they were like, you let me know whenever, and I was like, I can't get out of it, so what's the point of letting you know?
Oh, right, because it's inflated.
And it's full, it's one piece, So I was in that for like 10 hours that day.
How long did it take you to get into that?
We used a lot of lube, so we had to get like lube from the clothes. Like I got like lube, but we needed more. So we put a towel down, got onto it, lube my whole body up. Like I had to like pad, tuck, whatever corset, and then we lubed me up, and then I just like
You had to lube up your pads in
Yeah.
order to slide into this
Yeah.
outfit. I'm guessing you never used those pads again.
never again.
Yeah.
I'll sell them on eBay.
It's the end.
Uh,
So the starting bid is
Is-
$10,000
Yeah.
for Bombay's lubed hip pads.
Never been used for sex.
What?
Some people like having sex with pads on, like the whole fantasy.
Used
yeah,
for
yeah.
in
In
sex.
sex,
In
yes.
sex. I was like, how would you use your pads for sex? As in, like, you're using them to prop up someone's ass?
Could be like it's one of those pillows. You know, they
Yeah.
sell those sex pillows that are
sex
best
pillow.
for posture.
Okay, I'll show you online
go.
later, Tiff, just so you understand.
Sex pillows?
They're a specially shaped, like, triangular pillow that lifts up someone's hips for easier and better
Like
access.
you put it under your lower back.
Oh, instead of putting your ankles on their shoulders.
No, you
you're
can still do
saying-
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can still do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So apparently, this is the new thing. Hip pads can
pads, yeah.
can double as sex pillows.
Yeah.
Excellent. My cat just used them as a litter box.
What,
Her
when?
hips.
Oh no, this was 2 years ago.
Oh.
2 years ago. But it was the night of a show. My cat peed on my hip pads, and I made brand new ones in like an hour in order to perform that night. I should have just not worn pads that
bomb.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole conversation in Toronto now about wearing pads and not wearing pads. A lot of the queens. I mean, is that a thing that happens here as well?
We don't really talk about it. People just either do or don't.
Okay.
Because we try not to judge people on
No.
their drag that way. We judge them, but we don't judge them
then
on their
yeah.
the type of drag they do.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting just the change of pads because when I first started, it was just padding the chest sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Oh yeah, you're
right?
going the opposite direction. You just got your very first pair of hip pads.
I did. I was like, I'm going.
Are they human? Is it a human set?
No. No, the older I get, more of my ass just disappears. It's just disappearing, and I was like, I need something in this dress.
Did you not know that there are little elves that live in your house that as you get older, they just slowly take away pieces of your ass?
Well, it looks that way.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Where do they hide it? What do they do with it?
Oh, they put it in your food. That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
lard comes from. Yeah. That's why it's so delicious.
Can I share? Like, lard brings up a fun memory.
Oh yeah, do it.
It's a sex story. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Explicit.
Our listeners, if you don't like sex,
Or lard.
you should not be listening to our podcast, so please turn it off right now.
This happened like maybe 3 weeks ago. No, 4 weeks. No, it happened like a while ago, but yeah. Anyway, it happened recently, in the recent few months. And I tweeted about it. It was my 11/11 tweet, but no one knows. Now you know the story. I was gonna hook up with someone in Toronto.
Oh.
And this person was like, hi, do you want to like fist me? And I was like, sure.
Never done that before? Sure.
I have, but I was like, sure, like let's do it, fine. And I was like, do you have everything you need? Because it's like, and he was like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, perfect. Then I don't have to like pick something up on the way, whatever. I get to this person's house, and he hands me a box of lard.
That's the lube that he was going to use.
That's the lube that he wanted to use. So immediately I went to Twitter and I'm like, 11/11, lube is not lard. And if you go on my timeline, you'll find it. It was that day. And then on my circles, I put a picture of it. So the circle knew what was happening. And people were like, what are you doing to this man? And I'm like, this is his choice. And then he insisted on lard.
I mean, I've heard coconut oil, like that.
Yeah.
Coconut oil is actually a really good lube, except it makes you break out.
Yeah.
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 But
Crisco,
like
yeah.
Crisco.
Yeah, it was Crisco. And I've
It was
never like,
Crisco. Yeah.
That's what
old
I used to
school.
make
That's old school.
pies.
and that there was a pie involved as well that night. It was
I like cream pie,
we
yes.
go.
Yeah.
But it was I was just like, this is so messy, and he was like, just do it. I'm like, okay.
You're like, sure, if you're into this, I'm
Jesus,
into
take
this.
the lard, and then just
I mean, half of sex is pleasuring the other person.
exactly.
And the majority of that other half is your own pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And that is Sex with Rowena and Bombae.
I was going to say, I've never fisted someone, but I've been fisted.
With lard? No.
Oh no, hell no
Yeah.
with lube. Lots and lots of lube.
I
Actually, I
was
just
not
found out the
expecting
person
this.
that did it died like 2 weeks ago.
I was not expecting to have this conversation today.
No.
I'm like, this is insane.
Expect the unexpected.
I thought we'd be talking about Drag Race.
Let's do
and
that. Let's let it-
stuff,
Do you want
but-
to do that too, Ted?
No.
No,
Let's
you
just
like
keep
this
going.
so much
I am
better?
loving
Okay.
this more because we're getting to know Bombae a lot more and a lot better. And she's a little freaky, and I love it. Can you please just sit down again with, a plastic bag or something like that? Okay.
So
I'm teasing.
I don't even remember how we got on the topic of lard anymore.
Oh, you said they
Listen.
they take your butt and they
Oh
the
my
little
God,
elves,
hip pads,
the
yes.
hip pads take
Oh,
your
the hip
butt
pads.
and they make it into lard.
Tiffany's butt is looking very juicy lately with the hip
Cool.
pads.
Love it.
But she has been doing drag for 22 years.
Holy shit!
And this is her first set of hip pads.
Maybe
23?
yeah, 23.
How
I think
come?
it's 23 now. No, 22. How come?
Yeah.
We never, like, when I first started learning drag in, like, 2000 or something like that.
Pre 9/11.
Pre 9/11. Yeah. Is it pre-COVID? No, it's pre 9/11. Okay. The tragedies of our world are determined by the tragedies. Okay. But it's pre 9/11 and
September 10th.
yeah.
Wait, did you start doing drag in the year 2000?
I'm trying to remember. So I moved down in 99 and there was March of 2000. Yeah, March of
Oh my
2000.
God, that's so easy to remember how many years you've been doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
22 years.
Oh my God. You're a Gen Z in drag.
Oh wow.
Gen Z
Oh.
That's a bit of a stretch, but, I do have a TikTok.
You do.
I have only...
You have a Be Real now, too.
You're on Be Real?
Yeah, as of last week.
Oh my god.
We were at a show and some person was like, oh, I'll put it on my Be Real. I'm like, what is this?
What is
Tell me
that?
everything.
It's like when you're at a drag show and your Be Real pops up. I mean, you're the
You
coolest
have to stop the
person.
show
You have
and
to
you're
stop
like-
the show.
like,
And I jumped into the photo and it was great.
stunning.
And then she got it the next day
Boom.
so that she could like the photo of her.
Of course.
Yeah.
Some things never change.
Narcissism
Well, we wouldn't be drag queens if we didn't like that about ourselves.
is so true.
Like, who's the most humblest drag queen, and why do we care about her?
we don't.
Exactly.
We don't know
We
who
don't.
she is.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't know her.
I have paintings in this house with me. So you...
Oh yeah, there's one as you walk in the door. No, that's Andy Warhol. As you walk in the door, there's literally a picture of her beside the staircase.
That's my failed attempt to sue Dollarama for my face.
You could have just said attempt. We got that was failed.
Sorry, what?
Never mind.
I missed
That mannequin behind you is her successful attempt at recreating her drag face.
Oh.
Yeah. That was the Dollarama face. And I'm like, that is my face. Dollarama has not paid rights to have my face.
Yeah. No, ma'am.
No,
Have
ma'am.
you ever noticed that the Dollarama mannequin heads look like Tilda Swinton?
You think they used her mold?
I think they used a mold of her face, yeah.
Give it up for Tilda. You think she's getting paid those checks? She's getting that's.
I think she gets 50% of every mannequin head that Dollarama sells. So she gets $2 a mannequin head. I mean, drag queens are keeping her in business. Yeah, it's definitely not her acting.
No.
No.
Well, they do borrow a few images. I actually have Tom Ford as a Halloween. It's a Halloween decoration from the Dollarama, and when you turn a different way, it turns into a grotesque figure. And I'm like, that's freaking Tom Ford. No, is it Tom Ford? Who is
The designer?
The
Tom
designer. The
Ford?
designer. It's Tom
Yeah.
Ford. And I'm like, oh my god, did they get the rights for that?
No.
No.
There's no way.
Dollarama don't care.
The Dollarama cares. Dollar Tree doesn't.
Ah, yes. You have
Yeah.
Dollar Tree here?
We do. We've got the cheapest of the cheap. It's great. It's where I get my plates
For eating.
for eating.
Oh, I thought you were car plates because I'm thinking about driving all the time
Oh,
now.
yeah.
And I'm like,
No,
car plates
no,
at
I-
Dollar Tree? Wow, they really have it
Yeah,
all there.
they hand etch them
Yeah.
for you. It's this whole like fraud situation they've got going on.
Yeah.
It's great. Please don't listen to this podcast.
And then we're canceled. Okay, that's great.
If we
That's
haven't been
great.
canceled yet,
Yeah, you're fine.
we're
We're
fine.
fine. We're
Well,
fine.
it's because no one listens to it yet. One day, one of us is going to be like really big, and then people will go back and
And
listen
they'll
to
be
what we said, and
done.
they're like, done.
Someone's gonna like unearth this on Twitter and have the timestamp and be like, you said this about 9/11. Fuck you.
The secret to not getting canceled is just to say anything that you would regularly say, and then just not care.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Ah.
Because then if you get canceled, at least you can't have any like regrets, because it's who you are and what you do.
Hashtag no regrets.
No,
No
regrets.
regrets. No regrets.
Yeah, no regrets.
No regrets.
Also, no rugrats.
What's next? What's next
Okay,
on the
what's next?
agenda?
Do we have an agenda?
No,
What
There's-
did you guys talk about? Because I'm sorry, I missed lunch.
you missed
I
lunch. I know.
We spoke about you and your article.
We spoke about how you kept drag alive.
Oh,
Yes.
in McLean.
Yes, you came
Thank
up,
you.
Uh,
How did that come up?
I said you should ask Tiff about the article that's about her.
and that's boom. Here we are. Segue.
You got to stroke the ego. You got to stroke the
And like
ego.
Tiffany kept drag alive in Kingston, and that's the one line.
I'm imagining you like with like a defibrillator going like clear at a Dollarama mannequin, and it's burning because it's styrofoam, and you're like clear.
Oh my god, you should totally do a number like that.
I should have just been cloning myself by the
no,
sounds of it.
the number should be someone
I need a hero.
reading the McLean's article,
Right.
and then you will come out as like a superhero.
Don't touch
As a superhero, I touched the mic. I'm so sorry. I touched the butt. As a superhero, and then there'll be a mannequin head of like Miss Manhattan, who no longer does drag here, and you can just like to bring her back to life, and
Yes.
then she'll transform
Wow.
into
Gay
like
rights.
Mimiosa or
rights.
Lilith
Gay
Kane or
rights.
something.
You are the Harvey Milk of this community.
Uh, that's a lot to live up to. I don't know if I'm the Harvey Milk. Twinkies and but
Oh, goodness.
yeah, no, I don't. Sometimes I don't know what to say about it because I'm like, it was just me doing my thing, right? Like suddenly there was no drag in Kingston, and then there was no gay bars and stuff.
So
and
it's your
then-
fault, is what we're getting.
It's totally
you
my
heard it here
fault.
first,
It is
everybody.
my fault.
The article got it wrong. We need to do an
Yeah.
expose. Actually, Tiffany Morgan killed drag.
Conservatives, if you're listening.
Yes. Yes, we need to rewrite this article. I hope that the new article will get all
I
the
wish I
facts
could tell
right.
you where Tiffany lived, but I have no idea how we got here.
Yeah.
I,
She was blindfolded
Thank
in the
you
back seat
for
of the
driving
car.
around
Yeah.
downtown Kingston.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's an odd number of cars outside your house right now, by the way.
Apparently someone's doing something down
that's
the
my
street.
security detail.
Yes,
Oh, they were following us.
Yes.
Shit, I
Yes.
knew I should have done
Yes,
that
yes,
loop.
yes, yes.
They're, when they hold the ear, yeah.
Yeah, copy that.
Oh, for me, that's just a signal I want someone to nibble on my ear.
Like when I pressed the button, it was like, it's okay. And I'm like, it's okay.
And
Just
for
speak
the
into it.
listeners,
You're
the
like,
button
it's okay.
actually does light up. Like, it's
It has three
literally a
different
heated
lights that
coat.
come.
I can't believe this thing. So it actually heats.
Yeah, so it has
up.
like it has a battery pack that you charge.
Oh, it literally will explode at some point
It will
and catch
explode,
fire.
and it has like 5 heating zones, and one's around my neck that I love.
Oh
and
my god, it's like a hot shower.
and so you're just like always walking around with a hug,
Aww.
which can kill you, which is even sexier.
That is sexier. If you suffer from depression, please buy a heated jacket because
Use code Bombae for Black Friday deals on Ororo.
Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Did you buy anything for Black Friday?
What day is it today?
It was
It was yesterday. Yeah.
So the
yes.
answer is no. No, I was gifted. Lactose-free fondue cheese.
What? It exists?
I know. I have been looking for it for years.
Is that smegma?
Yes, that's what you call smegma. Cashew cheese is also called smegma. Yes.
What?
And I'm so excited to eat it.
Here's a little tidbit for the branding challenge, which I won on our season, winner of season 3.
Yeah, you totally won the branding challenge.
I think they get to give them options of what you want to call your thing because they have to check if makeup doesn't exist already.
How did
copyright.
Fierce
Yeah.
not exist already?
It was Fierce by Fierce Delicious.
Oh, as in like
Oh,
The
as soon as you
whole-
add it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my first idea, and like we had like 2 hours to storyboard, write, get into drag for this whole thing,
including getting into drag.
including getting into drag.
The number of hours again, Bob?
2.
2. So you had to write a script, storyboard it because someone else was editing it overnight, and then get into drag, and they're like, okay, now you're ready to go. So my first idea was Bombae, which was taken.
Oh.
Then I said, what about Smegma? And the story, like the challenge people were like, Bomb, this is like our ideal viewer is a 14-year-old white girl from like the Midwest. And
They
I was
won't
like,
know what smegma is, and they don't want to Google it.
Yeah, and so then they were like, try something else. And I was like, and so I would script it and draw the storyboard, send it over, start getting into makeup, and be like, oh yeah, you can't do that. So I'd stop getting into makeup, go back, draw it again,
Yeah.
and then that's So
And your 2 hours restarted, right? Each
Oh,
time
yeah.
they said no. Yeah.
so they were not happy with Smegma as well.
And it
then
ended up being
butter chicken.
butter chicken. I was like, curry original? And that's a restaurant that we have here. Butter chicken. Butter chicken.
But that was also a Toronto inside joke.
Butter chicken?
Yes, so there is a drag queen in Toronto who's very famous, who
It's not you.
no, I was already famous. And she did a lot of songs. She's not black, but did a lot of songs that were about black experiences.
Yes.
And so some black performers called her out, and she was like, I can't believe you're saying this about me. I made you butter chicken when you came home for dinner. And so it became like a thing in Toronto where like, you can be racist, but as long as you make butter chicken, you're fine. And so when I said butter chicken, Fierce and Jada, they're like, bomb, don't. Like, come on,
no.
you can't. I'm like, who? Like, it's just...
No one's gonna know.
No one's gonna know. And,
Who's gonna know?
and the ones who do will be like, I see what she did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And only one person will be hurt by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't care about them anyways.
How do we get... Oh, cheese, yes, Black Friday.
Black
This-
Friday cheese.
This is the podcast of tangents because we didn't bring a script of questions like we usually do because Rowena has been too busy to think of things to
She's
do.
hand sewing.
I'm literally hand stitching my outfit for tonight's show, which is Happy Holidays with Bombae.
That's Spearhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my better drag show names. Honestly, Happy Holidays. Holidays. I did a show back in September called Pumpkin Spice Up Your Life. And one of the drag queens in Kingston sent me a message immediately after posting it with like a picture of the poster. Was like, Rowena, no, never again.
That's when you have to
Please,
double
no."
down.
And I was like, no, this is perfect. And so I doubled down and I did
Yeah.
a performance of Spice Up Your Life by the Spice Girls with like pumpkin spice like
Yeah.
references. Yeah. And then became Pumpkin Spice Up Your Life.
Boom.
I think the weirder, the punnier, the stupider, the better.
Yeah. Like, come on. This is a prison town, honey.
It's a prison town. We need to get our kicks somewhere.
Yeah. Liven it up.
Yeah.
Do you think that we get away with more or less because it's a prison town?
Ooh. I think you can get away with more because people will be like, oh, it's a prison town. Let them have fun.
Yeah. It's like we don't have to put them away. They're already here. They're
Yeah.
locked up. They can't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
No, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord. I'm looking at my phone halfway across the room, and I actually did come up with some questions.
Oh, let's do it.
But there are like, okay.
I'm an Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius.
It's your season.
It's my season.
Shame on you.
I know. It's the season where I take vacation. Actually, though.
Wait, what's going on?
You're
I'm
looking
I'm asking
Are you a
questions.
Capricorn?
I'm asking questions. No, I'm a Libra.
I know you're
Wait, what?
a Libra.
Yeah. What's going on?
We were just asking star signs.
Oh, star signs. Oh, okay.
What's your rising? I have no idea. I don't know what
Scorpio.
that means. I don't know what it means. I'm a bad gay. I'm sorry. Are you gonna ask your question?
She's looking at her phone.
I
What's
know.
wrong
I'm
with
looking
you?
at my phone and I can't read right now.
Oh. Okay.
It was a late night last night. Let's just say
Mm.
that. Yes. So I knew you before Drag Race.
What?
Yeah.
Have you met?
Well, only from your online experience. From you would do some
yes,
and stuff like that.
yes.
And I kind of want to kind of chat about that because like during COVID, you were doing all these.
This is where
live
Rowena gets
shows
to go
and
take a
stuff.
break because Tiff's going to take
You're
over.
gonna take a
Bye. See ya.
Don't leave the damaged people to take
Oh.
over. But yeah, so you were streaming on like a few
Twitch.
different
Yeah.
platforms like Twitch and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh my god, because that was like eye opening for me, because I was like, oh my god, drag can be like broadcast.
Yeah.
So can you kind of like talk about that
Sure.
experience during COVID, and if it was it before COVID that you started?
No,
doing
it was during COVID. So I started doing
Yeah.
drag just when COVID hit. And it was all suddenly everything was digital and we were doing shows on Zoom and Insta Live. It was like I remember that everyone would go live on Instagram on Friday nights and you're like, stop. This has to stop. And I didn't like the format of watching as a viewer. I'm like, I don't want to watch 10 drag performers do songs for an hour at home. Like,
Yeah.
like it just the energy wasn't there. Like the magic of like an in-person event where you can actually tip someone and like you feel that energy with the audience. It was just missing. And it also gets exhausting as a viewer. You're like, oh god, we just have to sit and watch. It was very like drag performers are pushing or giving stuff and everyone's just like starfished on the bed, just like and so I wanted to do a game show where it was more interactive, where we can actually, it's not about we lip sync sometimes, but it was just like, let's have fun, let's do stupid shit and see what, like, we threw everything to the wall, see what sticks. And so we had this game show called Are You Smarter Then, where we'd get 2 drag performers and we'd compete in seeing who was the smarter one, and the questions were obviously stupid. Like no one cares about a drag queen with a high IQ. Like, go be a doctor.
I should just leave then. That was not in the microphone. Oh shit, I should just leave then.
Yeah, we don't need you. What are you doing with your brain? Be a doctor, save lives.
I tried. They didn't let me in.
And then that did really well.
That's a story.
And it was fun. And then once, and like this was also in the pandemic, audiences wanted to see stuff like that. But now that things have opened up, people have like viewership has kind of dropped. So we were like, this is just a lot of work for one show once a week, so we stopped doing that. We did it for an entire year. I think we did 52 episodes.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, we haven't given up on this yet, even though we started it like during the pandemic. Mostly just because
You love
we don't have lives and we want to talk to each other. And we think that people want to hear our rambling conversations.
they do.
Of course they do.
You add so much to the zeitgeist.
Our tens of viewers are fantastic.
Shh, don't tell the truth on this program. My God. If we're talking the truth, I'm out of here.
This is called What's the Maple Tea?
What's the maple tea? Yeah.
Yes.
Tea.
Oh, it's the
Yes,
tea.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
she didn't
yeah,
even get
yeah.
like the actual meaning
Hey,
of this.
you know, the brain is not
The bulb is
sparking,
not
it's
lit.
really
No.
working.
No, the neurons are not firing.
No.
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 Cool. Yeah. So that was a question number 1.
Oh, yes.
Oh, is there a question number 2? Oh,
Is there another question?
See, Rowena
Yes.
doesn't prepare for these. She just comes in and has conversations.
that.
Versus, like, Tiffany has questions.
Tiffany's questions.
Well, the second question is very general. Like, how was
no,
your...
no. If it's
No.
how I got your drag name, no. What's the show?
Oh, God, no. It's on the show. It's literally in your 90-second application video. Like, everyone knows this.
No, I was just going to ask you, like, overall, how was the season for you? Like, how was the experience of being on
It was
Canada
really
Drag
hard
Race?
in the moment. Like when you're there shooting, you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, and like I think the hardest parts were like, just it's a machine. Shooting drag
Oh.
races, and it's like everything is like there's chaos that happens, but it's very structured. Like you can go wild from this time to this time. After that, wrap it up. Because we had like COVID restrictions, so you couldn't like do this, you couldn't talk to each other, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. So it was for a lot of us, it was like we're not used to this. Like when we go to drag shows, it just gets wild, it gets crazy. But then it's like, no, you have to stop now. And it was like, oh. So it was stressful in the moment for sure. And then like after when you come back, like you have like good days and bad days, and I'm like, I had bad days on the show and I still showed up the next day and like, a new day in the workroom, let's go. So I used that a lot. I'm like, if I survive Drag Race, I can do anything.
Because it's like just a little oven of stress. And
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and like you don't have like it's very easy to get, like, I understand why people get into their heads, because there's no feedback. The only feedback you get is from the judges.
Which is meant to be critical and
And they say so many things that don't air, and I'm like, why would you say that? That is so mean. Like, you know, as soon as you're saying it, you know this is not going to air. Like, there's no way this is going to air. Like, why would you say that to her? She's gonna think about this. She's gonna spiral in 4, 3, 2, and...
Do they regularly give you, like, both positive and negative critiques?
No.
No, it's usually like you're like standing based on your critique.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't even know how you did in the challenge until you get to the critiques, right?
Because they're sitting there and you don't have feedback.
Yeah,
you don't have audience laughing. You don't have.
We also don't do our challenges in front of each other.
Right.
So it's not like Jada would be like, "Oh, Bomb, I saw you. That was bad." No, like no one knows what anyone did. We shoot like the sets are like kind of somewhat soundproof, so if you scream, you can hear what they're saying, you can hear the jokes, you can hear people laugh, but you have no context until you're standing on the main stage and you're like, oh, I'm going home tonight. Oh!
Side note, you going home was a shock. We were all shocked.
Listen,
We were.
When I recorded that ad, the crew were laughing. Like, Stacey was laughing. It was like, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, everyone loves it. I left and people were like, that was funny. Yeah. That was fucking funny.
And then your outfit was amazing.
Yeah.
And like...
And so then when they said, they were like, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh, I looked at her mom like, we're going home. And she's like, yeah, we're going home. We also thought that was going to be a double elimination.
Oh. Canada's Drag Race seems to not do double saves or double eliminations very often.
Yeah, because when you get there, you start doing the math. You're like, we have 9 runways, but we're only shooting 8 episodes. What's happening? And we're all obviously like talking about this while we're mic'd, so the producers are listening to everything. And they can hear us making all these like, oh, 2 people are going home, or it's a double save or a double elimination. It has to be. And everyone's like, yeah, it has to be. No.
They just made you bring another one just because.
Yeah. Oh.
Just in case they did want to do a double save or a double elimination.
Yeah.
Because they can always change their minds.
It happens like that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, producers.
I've heard conspiracy that there is a not predetermined, but generally kind of decided order of eliminations over the course of the season, and that sometimes those change.
Ahead of time?
I would say in the moment it's easy to think that way. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, this is my time to go. Like, for example, I'll tell you Boom Boom. Boom Boom, we did the roast. We did the reading challenge.
Yeah.
And then we did Snatch Game. And we shot those on the same day. And the next day we shot the runway. Okay? Roast, she won. She was like amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Snatch Game was Snatch Game. The next day, Boom Boom shows up for our... We're getting ready to walk into the workroom. Boom Boom shows up in all black. She's like, I'm dressed for my funeral. I'm going home today, Bombay. And obviously she's dressed in Mugler.
Yeah.
Head to toe. Like, Boom Boom.
Oh, yeah. She's a fashion girl. She's... Yeah.
And she was like, I'm just going home. This is in my cards. And so everyone, like... You kind of, like, have that feeling like, oh, this was when I was meant to go home. Whatever. But there's... And I think with our season, in fact... Because we didn't really see each other... It was really hard to be like, I don't know if this is good or not. The judging criteria, like judging on Canada's Drag Race has always been kind of like, whoa, what is happening? Like, excuse me? What? And so when it happens on the main stage, like, thank God they didn't use a lot of my shots, because I was just like, oh, like I was giving them all kinds of faces. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, how could, like, so I would say that there might be a predetermined, because they've seen your runway. You have to show them all your outfits.
Yeah.
Right? So they know, oh.
They know what you're bringing. They know, and also, like, as we've seen in the past, for example, Manila's runway, where she was the tampon, she wasn't allowed to wear it.
Yeah.
They told her, like, you have to wear something else.
Yeah.
So they do okay what you're wearing.
Yeah.
So if they have a problem with something.
I'm not going to name names, but that happened on our season too.
Oh, I know. I've heard.
Oh, go on.
I have, you know,
but here's the thing,
conversations.
they okay things, and then when you get there, they're like, actually, no.
And you're like, I just spent thousands on this outfit, and I
you
brought it here.
You proved it 3 weeks ago.
And they'll look good on your Instagram.
They will look good, and you can say, oh, I wasn't allowed to wear this, and that's even better, because like, people will support you.
All the likes right there.
We love a good controversy.
See, they're just trying to give you social media advantage later.
Right.
Conspiracies all over the place. Yeah. I knew it. Speaking about conspiracies, so the last question that what?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Is that your B-reel?
No, it's it's telling me I need to move around a bit more.
Oh.
Be alive, bitch.
Be alive, bitch. So, we may have heard some stories of people who are like, oh, well, filming is done, or I'm leaving right now. Let's just fill up my suitcase full of this stuff.
You don't have to be so coy about it, because Lady Boom Boom literally said on our podcast, yeah, I took my hair straightener, and Giselle took fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
things
something
we
that
stole
was
from
bought
set.
Yeah, things you stole from
Oh,
set.
so much. Like, so
I love these stories.
like we have an entire section called the Rotunda on set, which is, it's just where they have, it's like a room this size, wall to wall, filled with drag supplies.
So in case you forgot something or you need
Yeah,
something.
and for some challenges, you just have to, like, wigs, nails, this, glue, scissors, glue guns, everything, like, some kinds of makeup, hair removal, whatever, everything. And so when you do one final sweep, like when you get eliminated, you have to come back the next day to shoot some more stuff.
all your reactions and everything.
Yeah. And so, like, everyone's like, and it's right next to the restroom. The restroom, there's a restroom just for queens.
So you wear a big puffy jacket with lots of pockets and
Listen, at this point, it's like, you eliminated me. What the fuck are you gonna do? Send me home again? So everyone just goes in, does one sweep, and just and then it just
you're like, I just spent $20,000 to be on here. I could take like $100 worth of
yeah.
makeup.
I remember I stole pants.
Pants.
Yeah, because for some of the challenges, for the mini challenges they give you clothes. Like you run like you have to dress up, right, for the mini challenges.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They
Yes,
give you
yes,
25 minutes to get into quick drag, and like, here's a wardrobe, and you can.
Okay.
So I stole pants. I stole makeup remover. I stole lots of moisturizer. They had like tubs of it. I'm like,
Well, I mean, that Shoppers Drug Mart sponsorship.
yeah. I stole perfumes, I guess. And at this point, I was like, I'm just gonna sell these later. Like, I'm not even gonna
These
use.
fresh from Canada's Drag
Yeah.
Race.
Perfumes for TB?
Well, you want to smell good.
Oh, I smell good.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Especially because you have the cast crew, the queen crew.
Yeah,
like,
they're all up in your business.
all
You
up
do
in your
not want to
business.
be embarrassed or embarrassing. Maybe, I mean, if that's their kink, that's their kink. But
So we just recently on Drag Race UK saw the queen crew for the first time.
Oh, that was so good.
And we learned that they're all just a bunch of flaming lesbians on UK.
Yeah.
Is it the same for Canada?
There are a lot of queer women.
Yeah.
There are a lot of queer women on Queen Care. There are a few men as well. Everyone's gay.
Everyone's gay.
Everyone's queer to some degree. Like, there's not a straight person working in Queen Care. God forbid. And I like that they got that shout out because they do so much for you. Like, they are also, these are like they're the only people you can talk to.
You can't talk to the producers.
Yeah.
You can't talk to the other queens also.
Because it's all the game.
It's all, you can only talk when, like, you can't talk to the queen, so you can only talk to Queen Care sometimes. And like, there were times when I was in my hotel room and you call down. I'm like, I just need to talk to someone, and I talk like, I feel like shit. I'm like venting. I'm venting to a 19-year-old.
Wait,
like-
Queen Care is 19
They're fairly young. Like, it ranges.
Oh, unpaid
They're kind
interns.
of they're like essentially like interns on a movie studio.
I mean, yeah, and I'm like, and it clicked. I'm like, oh my god, there's no advice you can give me in this situation that would work.
But sometimes you just need someone to listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had like inside jokes with Queen Care, and like we still hang out. Like in Toronto, like a lot of them live in Toronto.
Oh.
So I'm like 2 nights ago, I was like, hi, like some of the queens are in the city. Let's go out and just have fun. And the ones who aren't traumatized from the show are like, we come, it'll be fun, and then we just have fun. Yeah, they definitely, like, they do so much. Like, I've been like one of them was like, hey, your ball's hanging out.
At least they know they can say it.
Oh yeah, because they like, the goal for Queen Care is that every queen should look amazing on TV.
Oh.
That's all they do. Like, we will do anything you wanted to make sure you look amazing as soon as you step onto that runway or whatever. They help you get into outfits. They put your nails on. Like, for me, for some reason, no nails would fit on my like, I have weird nails. Nothing would fit.
It's because you didn't get funeral face nails before you went on the show.
And you know what Queen Care had to do? They would have to glue gun to the skin because it wouldn't
Oh.
sit. And I'd be like, just do it. And they're like, we don't want to. I'm like, I didn't stutter. I have 5 minutes before we get on stage. Do it. And then we would. And sometimes you do 2 looks, so I'd rip it off, and there would be blood. And then they'd wipe it, put it again. And so at the end, I was like, the things you've done for me, like for the runway where I have the sleeves, the hair.
the hair sleeves.
Those pins cut into my arm, and between every take, they had to wipe blood off because you can't have blood on TV.
No, you can't have blood on TV.
So there's someone who was like, "Bomb, hold on. All right, you're good to go for 5 minutes, and then you come back, okay?" I'm like, "I'll be back." Just like bleeding through.
Goodness me.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad Queen K got like even the Canadian ones are so good. And sometimes there are queens who lost their temper at Queen K. And I'm like, why are you yelling at them? They're the messenger. They don't make big decisions.
And they're the only people who are helping you.
Yeah. Like sometimes we'd say, oh, you have like half an hour for breakfast or half an hour. And then like, actually you have 10 minutes. We have to shoot now. And they would yell at Queen K. I'm like, they're not the ones who are making these decisions, mama. Why are you yelling at this one? Just go yell at the producer or,
Have you watched Drag Race Italia?
Yes.
Yes. Did you watch the episode where they yelled at the producers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they put that in the edit because that happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You just snap. Like, you just snap and you're like,
Go
no.
for the jugular.
It's a pressure
Everyone.
cooker. It's, yeah.
And the producers, they know. They're expecting it. I'm surprised that made it to the edit, but it was good TV.
It was good TV.
So, yeah.
I think Drag Race Italia is a little different
Yeah,
in
it's
that the
loosey-goosey.
episodes are like an hour and a half anyways,
Yeah.
and they explain things to you. And actually one of the people we had lunch with today is Italian, and he explains it to me. So he's like, oh yes, on Italian TV they like to take things slow. You have to like milk it out. There has to be a story. There's
Right.
got to be. It's not as manufactured. It's very like, this is actually what happens.
And I'm also surprised. Yeah, because the producers, at least in Canada, weren't very rarely, like, they're on their knees while we're shooting. They're, like, below the table.
Oh.
They're in the room. You just can't see them because they're
They're like whispering things to you from
they're not
underneath
whispering,
the table.
but they're just, like, listening and like, oh, let's talk about this. And then they just go back. And then
So
we
that's
talk.
why we always see like from the tabletop
Yeah.
up.
It's always tabletop up. Yeah.
So are there producers underneath the judges table at the same time too?
They have earpieces and they're like, me, 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 me,
That was a
me,
sex
me,
joke.
me, me. Oh.
Oh, and we're back
And
to
we're
sex
back.
with Rowena and Bombay.
It wasn't me. It
Sorry,
wasn't
Bombay.
me.
I
Rowena, we
frequently
gotta put-
describe my sense of humor as a combination of sex jokes and dad jokes, aka daddy jokes.
Boom.
And that's what people know, and that's what people get. Yes, they slipped up the other day on an episode, and they put the earpiece in the ear that is visible
On Canada?
on Canada. It was who was the judge on Canada versus the World episode 1?
It wasn't Strain Fox.
No, it was Anjuli.
Anjuli.
had it.
Okay.
Had it in
Here's
her
the
right
thing,
ear.
which is the worst part about getting critiques on that stage. They have to repeat the critiques for different camera angles.
So you get to hear the same critique more than once.
More than once. They, like, Brooke will say, that was not so good. Pause. The director, Brooke, can you say to that camera, that was not so good? And you're like, kill me now! Kill me now! Oh, like, everything that the judges say, even in the workroom, has to be said multiple times. So it's like you're watching a video that's buffering. For today's mini challenge, we're going to do this.
And then you have to
Balls.
look surprised. You're
Yeah.
like, oh!
And let's say, Brooke, do it again. For today's mini challenge, you have to do this. And we're like, and then after a while, we're just like, just fucking go. Like, just do it. We get
You're
it.
like, I can't fake
Yeah.
be happy anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. That's why sometimes I guess you see the reactions where some people are like,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, this is an audio version, not a
You
video
can't
version.
see
I
the
did
way
just a
that's
very
fair.
half-hearted smile and then a sigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lasts maybe 30 seconds when you watch it, but it takes like 45 minutes to shoot,
Which is why you're in drag so long every day.
which is why you're in drag so long every day.
So if you're not okay with being tucked for like 10 hours,
Or don't tuck.
being in heels for 10 hours,
Or don't tuck.
just
Or
don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just wear flats and let it all hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my advice for everyone on season 4. Let it all hang out.
Ooh, here's something for season 4 I think they will do that they did for season 3 if you're applying. The heels you wear for the runway don't have to be the heels you lip sync in.
Oh.
This was changed for us. Like it was a rule that you had to lip sync in whatever you're wearing. but there was a health issue on the first episode. And maybe it was it. It was the second episode. There was a health issue, and there was a queen who was like, I can't perform these heels.
Like 10-inch heels or just
Yeah.
heels without straps
Yeah.
or something.
And it made everyone else mad because we were like, we would have gotten way more extravagant heels if we knew we could just jump into some pleasers for the lip
Yeah.
sync. Like, so the queens were like kind of split. Like, we're like, why are you doing this now? Either make it like, this is just unfair because we would have gotten like, you know, really high, like gravity defying heels for the runway, knowing fully well we wouldn't have to lip sync in this. Because obviously you think about that, right? When you put your package together.
It's like the standard that All Stars set is that the outfit you wear on the runway is extravagant. It's not a lip sync
Yeah.
outfit. And then Katya set the standard of changing.
yeah.
Because how do you lip sync in a skin tight latex outfit? You can't.
You can't, yeah. And so if you're trying for season 4, ask them if you get that far. Like, hey, what about heels? Because I noticed this. They wore something different on the runway, and then lip sync was something different. So, what's allowed?
I'm gonna have to take a closer look this time.
Yeah.
Because my whole plan was if I got on to, I don't know if I applied or not, but if I got on, I would tape my shoes to my feet.
Oh, you get those bands. You get like plastic bands you put around your foot.
I don't trust that.
Oh, that.
Tape. Tape.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just buy a lot of pairs of tights. And...
There'll be someone on set who will do that for you.
Oh my God, Queen Kara, you can tape my shoes to my feet.
Queen Kara
It
will
won't
do
be the
that.
first time.
Yeah. They'll probably like, if it's double-sided, they'll probably tape all your heels just one day, and so then you just wear it.
Oh, no. You tape. So it's an old drag trick that you tape underneath the foot, over top and underneath, so that slip-on shoes don't fall off.
Oh my god.
It's very simple, but it does the trick.
Oh wow.
Because some people will like sew on straps, but that honestly, the little ankle straps suck. So if you
Yeah.
have to dance, you just put a piece of tape around your shoe,
Ooh.
and you're not going to step on it because it's in the arch of your foot.
Wow. The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah.
But that's very interesting. Maybe on season 4, people can be wearing those 10-inch sky heels
it.
and
Oh, imagine those platform kind of shoes that they do in like España and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, but they
like,
lip sync in those.
Drag Volcano.
Yeah, but
Whereas-
they lip
yeah.
sync in those shoes.
Yeah, that's their shtick.
Yeah. Oh, like Sminty Drop on this season
Yeah.
wore those and had to lip sync. I mean, I wouldn't want to. Your ankles are going to break, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine falling? God.
well, I mean, I'm already tall, and like, so is Bombay. If you fall, it's
Boom.
already a distance.
It'll take a while for us to hit. Like,
Yeah.
Timber.
There's a big pause. The music just stops,
Stop.
and it's just silence. Bang. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mom, for being on the podcast with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we're so excited for the show tonight.
Boom, boom,
It's going to be
boom.
great. If you don't have tickets, sorry, you're not going to hear this episode before it comes out. And it's sold out.
Boop. Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you. Should have gotten in advance.
Where can our listeners find you, dear?
You can find me not on Be Real. I'm not on Be Real. Not yet.
You don't be
Not yet.
real.
I got
Yeah.
I got the username so no one else can take it, but I just haven't.
Oh.
That was smart. Did you get your username for Hive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like when people are escaping the sinking ship that is Twitter. Hive is a lifeboat.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't do that.
Well, I guess I haven't done it either, but no one... Actually, no, someone took my username on something the other day, and I was like, there is no other Rowena way. Fuck off. Like, I'm the only one.
You're the only one who's rowing away.
Yeah. I'm the only one constantly leaving.
Yeah.
Never coming, just leaving.
Just leaving.
Most of my socials was just my first name, Tiffany, just the way I spelled it, and then now there's actually people out there with that name.
Fucking
dare they?
millennials.
How
How
dare
dare
they?
the millennials
Homophobes.
do
With
that?
that
Everywhere.
spelling, I'm like, how dare you in Louisiana have a name? But okay, so not
Not on Be Real.
Not on Be
Where
Real.
can they find
I'm
you?
BOMBAE on Instagram. It's Bombay on Twitter. Bombay on TikTok. And on Grindr, I don't have a name in my profile. It's just untitled.
You just have to randomly
This
find
face
her.
is my ID, motherfucker.
Oh, yes. And if you're in Kingston, she'll be gone by the time you look
know.
her up on Grindr. Sorry. Well, my name is Rowena Way,
And my name is Miss Tiffany Morgan.
and you have been listening to What's the Maple Tea with special guest.
Bombay!
Bitches.
Bombay!
Bye, everyone.
Bombay.
Thank you.